This is troubling.
Yeah, we should stop here.
Yep.
That's a nice setup for the next part.
Right now, I'm feeling I may want to change the word I want to use. So if somebody else can want to. Yes, go ahead, Ron.
The word I want to use, or the card, sorry. The card I want to use is honorific. And this is a term to show a particular level of respect or deference in the isolation. It may be earned or given. So it is a term of, you use it to somebody who you feel has higher status or deserves respect. And it may just be because people say that about you, or because you have done something specific and everyone wants to acknowledge that. So it's very much a respect kind of term. So that is our word concept. And in many ways it's related, of course, to a lot of the terms we are using already that have to do with designations of status and respect, but it is the other end. It is not an insult. It is it's, sir, perhaps, or to go to American slang, OG, original gangster. Or perhaps it's a term for somebody that is new but has really done something for the first time that establishes that they are a real trouser. But it could be anything like those.
So which aspect are you thinking
of? This is going to be I'm going to go non-obvious. I think that it should be associated with the music and theater hall.
Oh.
And that it would be somebody, and we can, this is where the discussion begins. And so I am not dictating this part, but suggesting an idea that for it to be associated with the theater hall, it has more to do with the fun or the casual community of the place, or the socializing that goes on there. But it's supposed to apply to some of the trousers, and it's a term of respect for what they do. So, or a way you either a term for them or something you add to their name or something like that, but it's associated with the theater hall. So not with, doing all the shady work and keeping the accounts and stuff like that. So I'm kind of shifting away from those things to keep us away from just talking about the same thing over and over.
Ola?
But is it, if you look at all the social activity in the music hall, there's basically people on stage and people like working in the like in bars and stuff like in this music hall.
Well, also chit-chatting with everybody else, right? Also creating an environment where non-trousers can be sort of sucked into our influence. So that's part of it as well. Not a formal job, but an activity.
So in a way, this word we would be able to apply this word to outsiders, to people outside of the group.
It's not supposed to be. It says it has to be inside the isolation.
Yeah. Because I'm still fighting a little bit with the connection to the music hall.
Well, think of all the things that go on there and that earn respect and appreciation from anybody in the trousers.
Okay. So the organizational part of
It could
the
be,
process
or maybe
to
it's just
be-
a nice person. I don't know.
Yeah.
I see it as like, well, you can do good work, or you can be a good person, but we will know that you are this kind of good person in the music hall. There's where the talk is, and there we often meet. So in that sense, I think it's logical that the word is connected there. Otherwise, we say best work. Well, then the word has to make it logical for best work. Then it has to be about work, I feel.
Mhm.
But what does
but
it
in music
refer
hall-
to? What kind of behavior does it refer to? How do you earn others' authentic use of this term? It doesn't. One thing you don't do with it, you don't demand its use. It can be earned, it can be given, but you cannot demand that somebody call you this. So it's not like a title that you carry around with yourself. And
Something
so,
that
what would merit, what would gain that appreciation?
really think the good person, but basically just being a really nice and likable and easy to be with person that kind of doesn't start any quarrels. He or she doesn't he like spreads good vibes, so to say.
Do.
I like that.
Sorry.
Maybe we should have it like, not we have the old guys, we have the new guys, but there is always in a group people in between, which nobody has a problem with. And maybe this is a word for those guys, like,
Well, they might not even be a third group. They could be just somebody, anybody.
yeah, but it's the hybrid, we say. So people that are good and do what they should do, and that doesn't cause any trouble, and can be with the old and the new, and back and forth.
Just
And
because
then-
they are good at getting along, people
Yeah.
feel easy with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Nathan, do you have any ideas?
Do we want to make it related to any form of success? Like a reward, not a reward that is asked for, but a reward that is freely given for someone who achieved something specific.
Well, that's sort of the question. It could be, but the way that Ola and the way Ola and Max are talking seems to be more organic than that. I mean, it could
The
go either
problem
way.
is,
Yeah.
the only issue I see if as an honorific, it's usually given. An honorific is given to somebody.
The
No,
part says it
like,
can
I
be
mean,
either.
if you look at Japanese, it doesn't matter actually. Yeah, no, we can just use it as a function. That's perfectly fine.
So, does anybody have any suggestions for the actual term?
I'm trying to come up with something. I mean, we are basically, if I got Max right, we are looking at the group of people that are basically the glue.
Yeah.
That in some way are in some way are holding the group together. That they are able to kind
or
of
at least contribute to a positive atmosphere
Yeah.
among all of us, especially at this music hall. And
Mhm.
I don't mean to interrupt. My mind is working based on what you're saying. So it is, and I still think it makes most sense to me anyway, that it is not a designated third group of people. This is more like a behavior that just goes between and among everybody, regardless of their other status. So a person could be this type of person no matter who they are otherwise.
The important part is that it should be earned, and people would like to look up to these people.
Right, exactly. So it's an authentic term. It's not in any sense a imposed, So okay, Helma, I'm sorry, you were thinking about the actual word.
Yeah, I'm thinking like if we look at the music hall, who would be the people who would listen and kind of smoothen things and help others along to get to their own decisions? That would be somebody like kind of a bartender, somebody taking care of your clothes, people like that.
I don't see it as it has to be any functional.
I'm starting to look for words.
She's thinking just of the word.
Okay.
I'm starting to look for words that would fit somebody that's, somebody that always is around backstage, seeing to it that there's water on the table, that there's tea around.
There's
I like the word when you said glue, Helm, and I thought like, oh, this guy has always glue with it.
Yeah, but we had the German word for glue for a minute of time, and I don't want glue.
Oh no!
I specifically don't want glue. I'm just fighting my inability to come up
This
with
is
the right
actually
words in English.
Sometimes when I have what I think is the worst idea, or when someone else in these discussions has what they think is the worst idea, it turns into what everybody wants. So I just had the worst idea. So I like the idea of glue as well, but as a concept, not as the actual word. So as we have spicy for friends, or one thing, now we are talking about being sticky. So
when you said that, but sticky isn't so bad.
So, but I just like the fact that we have spicy and sticky, as our words. That's funny.
It is your word.
Yeah, sticky spice.
Exactly.
Do you want that? I have a little bit of difficulties to see it as a
Yeah.
Well, yes, but that's okay. That's all right, though. It's not our. I mean, this is in the community. It can be anything, right? So,
But
it's. I mean, come on. When I was a kid, saying something was bad was the best thing you could say about it.
I think there's something called sticky buns. It's like the bakeries that have so much sugar on it that you can almost not. They stick to your. I think sticky bun is a very. It's like
it's not so, but I love that one.
Like, okay, it's done.
Sticky
Cut.
bun.
Sticky buns for the people who earn respect for keeping us together in a casual and positive way.
Damn, that man has some sticky, spicy buns.
I know. It's terrible. I love it. Okay.
Sweet corn nibble?
Did you say it?
Spicy buns?
I know. Hey, you wait. So, it is, I believe, my rare privilege to close this and say that's the one. So if it's going to be terrible, then that's my fault. I am okay with that.
Sticky bun. Okay.
Now for a scene. And who is in it?
It's actually the first word for the music hall.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. I was feeling.
Was it sticky bun or sticky buns? You want the singular or the
No, the person.
plural?
It is the singular for a single person.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yes,
Got it.
exactly, for reasons. So I am going to designate the music hall people. Ola and Helma, and I think Max is for the odd one in this group. I think we that is who I want. And Nathan and I will fade just a little bit for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So where are we?
Well, we could be in a music hall, or we can be in our restaurants.
Restaurant sounds good for me.
Is it yeah, I like restaurants. Is it a restaurant where we almost not belong? We have the money, but we don't actually have all the cultural codes to be there, but we come there because they are. I mean, we're not Uggs exactly. So it's a bit too much. We can be there and yeah, the understand what I mean. We're not on a really posh place where we will throw out immediately, but a place where we don't have any. We're not in our community now. We're in another place.
Yeah, I was thinking we are going to resolve a business in a restaurant with against some people. So we're going to resolve a business.
Why not? Why not planning for? Why not being there because we want to do business with people that aren't our normal clientele, but a little bit above that? Like trying to. I mean, because part of our problem right now is that we are expanding, and I could see us expand into kind of higher up